Hey, what's up, amigos? Hope all is well. I'm gonna make a video on CETX, even though I'm very tempted to keep playing it on the short side, but I don't want to overstay my welcome. Um, for me, it's a good learning lesson. I made 2030 RR. I know every time I make a video, it's like crazy I mention 2030 RR, but it doesn't happen often. When it does, I like to review it, recap it, um, for myself, and I hope it helps somebody else. And the good thing about this is that even though like I made 2030R, I made some pretty big mistakes, which would have obviously I would have made a lot more. So in this video, we're gonna talk about what I saw in it, how to size in. Um, Again, I hope anytime I make a video like this, it's never ever to show off, or it's never to rub it in anybody's face or anything, because I know a lot of people got hurt on it, and I feel bad, I feel horrible, even longing it after hours, but I've been there, I've been caught. Um, Long story short is just talking about the thought process, and there is a systematic way, and if that system can somehow help you guys or help anybody, or anybody that you share this video with, um, it would be good, because I would always like to learn as well, and if somebody wants to, if I make a mistake, or if there's something constructive criticism, don't give me some, I don't want to use bad words, but yeah, if anytime I do something and like you're sure that, hey, this is a mistake or this is a way to improve, reach out, let me know. I'd be more than, I love to learn. I love learning. So yeah, I made a decent amount of money. Not decent amount, I don't care about the dollar value, but like a decent return. Um, and that's with, I made a lot of mistakes, and I'll go over that if you can stay till the end. And feel free to put your comments below after what you have questions on. And as always, I told myself once in every 2 weeks I'm gonna pick somebody from the comment section, or somebody that like retweets some of the videos, to jump on voice and see if I can help them or if I can learn from them. That'd be pretty cool, yeah. Okay, so in the morning, this is my day trade. So I have two accounts, I guess. One is where I have a swing short mindset on it, or where I add a trailing stop. The other is like my day trade account. I borrowed shares on it, but but in I was long. Why was I long? I guess so. Here we go. This is my first entries. I don't know. I just saw the tape. Well, okay. So there's a whole another list. There's dilution to end of the day projection volume. I think my end of the day projection volume was like 52.5 million, a volume that I had anticipated in the morning, that I said I was going to do, that it was going to potentially do. And I'm probably going to get questions of like, oh, how did you figure that out? Blah, blah, blah. That's just a lot of statistics tracking, and there's so many different variables and how to do it. Uh, but yeah, it's just, I don't just make like, well, this is how you do it. It's just tracking. I'm not a good tracker, but that's what it was. So it didn't have a lot of dilution. And then statistics said that, again, I'm not a tracker, but I'm very blessed to be in a group. It's a small private group that we have really smart people. We have fundamental players, and we have statistics guys, and we have 6-figure, 7-figure, and I think some of the guys are 8-figure traders. Oh, I shouldn't mention that. Never mind. Fuck, I don't even know how to edit. I hope nobody watches. Okay. Focus. So, long story short, I was long. because it didn't have a lot of dilution. It was going to do float rotation, and volume flow is king. Everything is a variable. You got fundamental, you have supply and demand. You combine them, see which one is stronger, and then volume flow is king. I was longing 199, so here it says buy. Started buying here, and the typical chicken me. I was like, I don't feel comfortable, and I started selling off here. So these ones I sold here, this I bought, sold here, sold. And I think I was selling here. Nah, I don't know what happened here. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know. Like I had long and short. So this here for sure was a long. This I probably started short. Yeah, yeah, I started the short. Yep, this was a short, and then I covered it break even or below break even. Yeah, it was below break. So a little tiny bit of profit. I shorted. It stuffed. So let's see the chart what it did. We'll look at the time frame. It's around 10. Yeah, right. So it went here and then it washed. Yeah, I was shorting. This is a short. I shorted thinking it would go down, and when I didn't, I cut off. I cut it off. Usually 8/10, whatever it was. So this is a good. So I want to focus on behavior because I made a lot of mistakes today. But at the end of the day, what a takeaway is, like I genuinely could have made so much more money, and I'll show here and here, but at the end I still came out with a decent winner. This could have been I had multiple days where it could have been like a 50R, 60R if everything had worked out perfectly. So this all comes to the habit. So sold my long, locked a bit of gain in here. Started shorting everything I had. Uh, Covered break even because I had borrowed more shares. So when this rejected, when this happened, so here I had a little bit of shares. When this happened, I had my normal size, and after, so this is one behavior that you guys can track. When you get some kind of a confirmation, that's when I add. Don't look at this. Let's not be short by. Let's not be hindsight people. So when this happened, I borrowed I think twice as many shares that I had as short. So this is why we see me FOMOing. Not FOMOing. I had a good entry, and then I was adding to a winner. Behavior number one. I always try to do that. I learned that from Ozark Trades, an amazing guy on Twitter if you guys follow him. Um, and then I cut it, and then I started shorting. It's very small size, and then I think this was like 1/10 or something. I was waiting to see what it does here. Um, I decided that I'm going to cut it. So this was I cut it, and then I cut this for the smaller size. And then once I saw the push here, I think I shorted almost everything. This is one of my favorite things. I was on voice. I was on voice with a few of my friends on the room, and yeah, we saw some interesting stuff. 269. I think I had some 274 and 273, 270, and 260. I think I had some partial fills. I'm not sure what happened, but either way, I had my full size here. Um, and then I started covering here. So why did I short? It went above. This is called the liquidity event. I don't know if other people use this. I've been using this term for a few years, like 6, 7 years, or been trading for 9. But so what happened here? I reference this as a liquidity event. The volume matters. We had a Twitter chat the other in Twitter. Somebody was saying, "Oh, does the volume matter?" Blah, blah. To me, it matters in small caps because manipulation. So look, this is another key value. Look at this. This is a 3.2 million, and this pushes up with 1.3 million. That means longs are exhausted. So I shorted here. Uh, I thought I hit 270 and 273. I'm not sure what happened. I hide my chart in my P&L. and I got full size, and then I just the risk was really tight. This was a really good trade on end, and I covered into the washes, and as you can see here, and I had a good size because this had a confirmation. So this, even though here, what happened is I borrowed a lot of share. At this point, I'm more than my normal size because I'm thinking, oh, back end is here, but it was wrong, right? Thesis was wrong. I redid short. I thought about adding into the loser, but Ozark Trade actually says, you know what? You guys should follow him. One sec. This guy here, he doesn't talk much. He's but his videos and everything are amazing. This guy, follow him. He's a very, very good risk manager, and he has some interesting videos on Trader for Cause. So this thesis was wrong. I was thinking about adding, and then Ozark, one of the things he says is that cut losers. There's no point in adding to. It's the same thing, right? Like, it's just psychologically, you're like, oh, I don't want to take a loss. F the loss. Who gives a shit? This might be a long video, just heads up. But I hope it's beneficial. So I cut the loss, purposely knowing this is literally like 1/10. And one of my friend Latin Pro makes fun of me all the time because he's like, "Oh, you're 1/20th, 1/10." It helps me sometimes. Anyway, it was a very small size, and I remember 100% thinking, I'm like, I could 100% add to a loser, but I'm like, why? Why? It's the exact same thing. So this, whatever I cut here, this was the 1/10. This was full size because I waited for the rejection. I waited 270. I waited for a push higher, and I think I hit the bids, whatever I could. Covered here, everything, and it goes below VWAP. Here I actually long it. It doesn't show, but 100% I longed it. And how did I long it? Because I posted this in my group. Oh boy, this is gonna be a long video, but I hope it's beneficial. Uh, Sorry, I apologize. I should have had this. I don't want to waste a lot of time. Oh, frick, okay. Should I show this or should I not? Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. Here. This was all longs. This was a short. This was a short. This was a long. This was a long. This was a long. This was a long. Okay. So this is how I remember that this was a long. So here, I'm taking a long. Why? Because it went below VWAP. There's again, you have to combine everything. So fundamentals, like, there's not much overhead unless I missed something on it. I know there's a small offering on there, but the amount of volume that it did, it was minuscule. So I was like, well, it could be a trap. So I covered everything here, and then I went long. I think my average was 227 or 229. I don't remember what the heck it was. Oh no, that must have been the second entry. Whatever this is, like, I went long here. This is a 5-minute chart. So I guess I went long here. Oh, 220, and then here. So as you can see, 1140. So yeah, these candles I went long. Okay. Okay, I went long, and then I sold some there. And then I sold some into the spike. It came back south, and I waited. I don't guess with my money. And I know this is a zero-sum game, so it may not be quote unquote beneficial for me to say this, but I'm very protective of my money, as you should be as well. I think even if you're, especially if you're a new trader, I don't I don't really guess with my money. So what I mean by that is like I'm not I'm not gonna long down here. I have zero intentions of bottom ticking. And if anybody's still listening to this, or if anybody's here, you have to hate bottom ticking and top ticking. That is an emotional gratification. And this is why I'm not a fan of Twitter. There's a lot of people, oh, look, I bottom ticked, oh, top ticked, sell my video. I genuinely get pissed off at myself when I bottom tick or top tick. Again, like I wouldn't I wouldn't want to cover here. I mean, if it's 1/10, 1/20th size, yeah, sure, whatever. But so I waited till this wash happened. So I sold here, and then I waited till this washed, and then if you could see my entry, this was actually around here, 227. And you may think, oh, the difference, what the heck is the difference? Your trade worked out. Makes hell of a difference. Because if you run this thought process, this behavior is king. And basically establishing this behavior, letting somebody else's money come. So if I bottom tick this here, a lot of times this will go down. How do I know that? I wait until it comes or claims, and then I'm like, okay. Didn't panic? Okay, let's go. I started longing. This is what happened here. You see, I longed here, sold a little bit here, just working with the core, and then I was able to re-long it here. And this actually went below. I didn't long below, long back for. And then again, I know I'm always like a scaredy cat with longs, and this is a perfect example why I am. And I sold here, so I sold a very good portion here, uh, as you can see here, which is 12:30, 12:55 or something like that. 12:30. Yeah, 12:30. So I sold somewhere here, and then I was relonging here, uh, and then I was relonging here. This is the other trade here. I think I don't know what happened. I relonged, sold, but I sold most of it here. Actually, so this is the mistake. It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. It's an error where I could have made. Today I made, if we include both accounts, I probably made like 20-30 RR. But if I hadn't done this, if this hadn't happened, I probably would have been up like 40, 50, 40 RR with this one for sure. So I had a lot of share size. So this, I sold everything. I was long here. This is all long, and this is also short. This is all short. So I saw something in the tape here. And as you can see, I sold and I shorted. I was shorting here. Risk was ideally what I was looking for, and I think everybody else was looking for, is 250 push, and then it would wash. A lot of people were looking for that. And something in the back of my mind was, look, I was like, yo, liquidity event happened here already. So who's to say that it's going to happen? Like, it was looking like it was going to happen, but because I was using a lot of size, I guess I have to adjust my hotkeys or something. But I'm comfortable with this. When I have a lot of size, I want to scale in, dabble in. Sometimes it looks like a FOMO, but I don't care. I have a bigger picture play. So I had a really good short average, but then I diluted it down because as this was coming, I was like, okay, this is done. I went full size. I really didn't want to. I was 1/3 size, and I was waiting for 250 push because I had a 246, 245, 246 average. I was like, I'm gonna 1/3, and I was like, I'm gonna wait till 250 push, and then I'm gonna add, because it may push reject and then do this. So it didn't do that, and I shorted all. And then I think my average was 243 or 44 or 39, something like that. But I used this as a risk. The reason why I didn't use 48 as a risk, or 52 as a risk, 51, because one, I wanted to, I was full size. I didn't want a big squeeze, because this was with trade zero, and usually what would happen is it would push above at a really, basically you would get a lot of slippage. I didn't want that. Again, from Ozark Trades philosophy, just cut it quick. And this time it didn't work out. Like, I was full size. If this had gone down here, like my average was 46, and I was like full size, and I was 39 or whatever the heck it was. I was risking 5 cents. 5 cents, and this had gone down to 88. Like, what is that? 60 cents for 5 cents. I would have made, like, I was good enough size to make a crop load. But it didn't work out, and yeah, you could say be mad, blah blah blah, but no, it's behavior habits. If I do this over 10,000 period trades, overall it will be beneficial. So I stopped out 8/10. I had a hard stop above risk because of slippage. In hindsight, could have been 250, but I don't give a crap. I don't give a shit. I genuinely don't care. It hurts, it sucks, but I don't give a crap. And my intent was to even go heavier. I don't care about P&L. I just care about trading proper. So I was full size. I was like usually like 5x. But when something is in the money, I don't mind. I don't mind putting a full account behind it. I genuinely don't care. So got stopped out here, and it was literally the top tick. And I went and I checked. Actually, let me see. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. You know how I said I hate don't top tick? I guess you could top tick when it's your stop. I stopped out 244. Guess the high of this candle, 244. Dickheads. They saw my stop and they got it. Good for them. That doesn't matter. Okay. So what happened after is I had a hard stop for 8/10, so I still have like 2/10 of my share size. It washed, and my plan was, originally I followed my plan. I didn't get emotional. I was talking to somebody and I was like, frick. But I still borrowed twice the amount. So I was like 10x size and short now. Because I thought this is the backside, right? So everybody below this would be in trouble. And I was saying on voice with my friends, and I was like, yo, below 225 is going to snap. I don't know what snap at 230, but like, who knows? So when it bounces here, too heavy. I add. I add whatever the heck I could, as much as I could. I was I was a good size here, but ideally I wanted to push to like 224, 223, and then I would have added more. But I didn't feel it, so I was like, you know what? Let me just add it here. I saw the time, and I was like, this is gonna go down. Looks too heavy. And then I covered a large portion at 92 because it was 80. It washed. Nothing happened. A lot of my friends were covering here, but my mindset was, just hold till 4 p.m. See what will happen, and that's what I kind of did. But here I just wanted to take 1/3 off because my average wasn't good at all, and the stupid thing was 4 cents a share for locates. So I was like, you know what, just I hope I covered. What did I price I shorted at? 213 or something, 214. Yeah, probably 214. Yeah, 214, 213. Cover 92, reshorted one night. It looked heavy, reshorted it, and then I covered here, and thank effing God, I covered everything here near 4 p.m., which was part of the plan. I don't know it was like somewhere here, 190s. at the after hours, 131. I was so surprised. 8 183. I was like literally sitting here, and I didn't think I would get filled, but I got filled. And then all of a sudden, this spikes. Okay, it's a long video. I know. I apologize, but this is gonna get the interesting part. And I swear, I felt so fucking bad, so bad, because I know a lot of shorts would get caught in this, and it feels horrible to long, uh, knowing that other people are hurting. But I had to play it out logically. So 830 was a key. I waited. This pushed higher. I didn't chase it. I waited until it pulled to like 230s. Yeah, you see here 230. I longed a little bit 230, 230 because there's a volume profile level here, and I added to winner. So another habit thing is add to a winner, don't add to a loser. So many people tell you, oh, you could add to a loser, it's okay, blah blah blah. Don't do that, man. This everybody's different. Like if you're doing parabolic, I don't want to go into details, okay? If somebody's gonna correct me that you're this, just get out of here. Don't waste my energy. Don't give me a headache. There is a way. There is a time and place to add to a loser if you're small size, but I don't want to have an argument with anybody or all that bullshit stuff. But for me, I like adding to a winner. So 231 I added, and why did I go long after hours? For one, it's a massive spike. It's a piece. It's a piece of. It's a piece of poop. PR. Okay, they're gonna buy 2 million shares. 2 million shares, my ass. But that doesn't matter. What matters is overall. This stock traded 52 million shares. It didn't have a lot of overhead. What the heck is this? Oh, I was just connecting this. Um, there's float rotation. There's shorts are trapped in here, washing the other. I'm positive there's a lot of swings that are in here. So I felt fucking horrible, but that's what I had to do. So I longed here. I added to winner. My risk was 220. So 220 you hear if you can see. So I longed it because there was no overhead supply. So we know that 52 million, there was quite a bit of shorts were stuck in there. If it's red and the next day a lot of technical traders or statistical traders, they're like, oh, it fails 90% of the times, 80% of the times, and the next day there's like an 80-90% chance that it would wash. I'm not mocking them, but what I'm saying is always to stay open-minded. Have a little bit of fundamental, technical, tape, everything. Have a little bit of knowledge. Specialize in something, but you need multiple variables. Context matters. So I longed it because there was a high probability that I thought the shorts were stuck in here. Okay. I'm just going to delete all of this because this is just too much. Okay. So, and we could see here, 220 was there. I was using that as a risk. I added to winner, added to winner. I didn't want to take profits. I was looking for how it would react at above 270, 276. So I waited, added, and then I waited, you see, and then I tried to buy the pullback at 270. I thought it would base at 270. You can see the 270s here. This is 276. And then I added here. And I think my average, this is another mistake I did, okay? It's not a mistake, but in hindsight, it's a mistake. Behavior. It's a 29 million, and I hope anybody that's here, this is valuable. This is a behavior that you need to have. Don't give a shit about what happens in one trade. Focus on your behavior. Focus on what happens. So I cut it. I cut a large portion. My average, no profit taking. You know, my intention was to build a size because I knew if this had gone above the high of the day, there would be a lot of shorts that would panic. So many people shorted here. The death candle, whatever the heck you want to say. There's a lot of shorts here, and my thought process was above 270 we could see. I thought 330 or 450. What is it at now? No, I wanted to short this right now, but instead I'm making a video. That's okay. It's beneficial for me. So my average was 258, and yeah, that was my average because I added here. I kept close to doubling up or the same size I was adding. Uh, so what I usually do is anytime I am in an uncomfortable size, uh, I learned this again from Ozark, well, from his videos, that cut it near your average. So I wanted to be in this trade at an uncomfortable size, and I also longed it on here on my swing account. You can see, like, I think 232, whatever the heck that is. It looks like 232 or 230ish, 230ish. So I wanted to be uncomfortable size on this, add to winner, because, and I really wanted like 270 plus to be confirmation. I think I added quite a bit more here. So I cut it break even, which sucks, but I let it go. I was like, I don't want to, like, I'm uncomfortable, and if it goes below 250, I don't want to have a, it's a liquid, and to be honest, I was afraid that, like, bid and spread would be wide and panic, and then I would end up taking a loss, you know. And as weird as it sounds, I almost felt, I was like, thank God I didn't make money on this, because I felt, for whatever reason, I was feeling really bad making money while somebody else, other shorts are hurting. So part of me was so grateful. I was like, thank God. I'm gonna break even. Like, I'm not gonna make money, but at the same time, I'm not gonna lose money. So I cut half at here, and again, it pushes above 270. And I tried adding here. Oh, okay. So I covered 258. See, it says 258 sell, and I tried adding the full size and more, because there was a seller there as well at 261, 263. Nothing happened. I didn't FOMO chase, but there was like a 480,000 candle volume. It just pushed this guy here, 418, 5 minute. So what I do is I wait back, I come back and I wait till 290 happens, and then I add there. So add add to winner, cut break even. If you're uncomfortable size, I was in here uncomfortable. I didn't want to risk. It was a decent day, but then I added more. The reason is because I hide my P&L. I know I want to be big size on it. And then what do I do more? I freaking add again. And again, I'm not chasing the the pushes. I'm waiting for a wash. I'm not better. Ideally I would want to dip here, but it was too much size was here, so I was not comfortable. So this was a good ad for me. This was a good ad. So look, it goes to 240. Um, I don't know which candles where, but long story short, I added here, and then I sold. These are all my sells, and this is all my sells. And then here, I think either from here to here, this is me just shorting. I think all of these is me shorting. I don't remember. But here I started shorting. And if you guys remember, I had, for me personally, I had a bit too much size on here, because as I said before, here I had, once this confirmed, I got more shares. And 34 minutes into this video, okay, yeah, once this confirmed, I got more shares, and then here I got a lot, doubled up whatever I had there, so it was like quite a bit shares for me. So I started shorting this area when I saw some weakness, and it was too much size, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just start covering it, every single thing. So I covered at 320, 318, 320ish, whatever I could, and that's it. So that's how it was. I hope it was beneficial. I'm just gonna recap what were some of the key things. I made money, but the focus here for myself and for you guys should be the behavior. work on your behavior, how you trade. It's not about how much you make, it's not about how many hours you make, and it's not about the result of the trade. This trade here, this I stopped out 8/10 of my size. They literally top ticked me. You can see 244. This would have been like, I don't even know, 5 cents, 5-6 cent risk, and then it would have been, I was full size here, you could see, and it would have been a 90, so 50 cents, 10 to 1, I think 10 to 1, 5-6 cent risk, and like you got 50 cents out of it. So, and I actually would have, even if I had my full size, because I had my P&L, another behavior to recap is I would have done the same thing. I hope I would have done the same thing. I hope I wouldn't have been like a lot of people were covering here. I mean, you could say it could cover, but 100% I hope I would have, and I know I would have borrowed more shares and I would have shorted this the same way. And this is how you get better. This is how you become successful, or it helps you, enhances your success. When it's confirmed, just add more size and then cover into the wash, etc. And I did the same thing. So this didn't work out. This would have given me 10-20R on top of what I made today. This messed up the same thing. This here, so I would have went from 230 with a 20 cent risk. Of course, you scale in and then your average and blah 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 goes up. And I would have, like my first sales were actually literally at 320s. Like there was no other profit taking. This was a break-even trade. So it would have been $1, 10 cent risk and $1 win. That's like another 10 to 1. So, and this was planned out. Like my plan was to take profits into 330s and 450s. And, so scale into a winner. Who gives a crap that it doesn't work out here, it doesn't work out here. I made 30 RR at the end of the day, but it would if it wasn't for this, I would have been more. Would have been made a lot more. If it wasn't for this, we made a lot more. It doesn't matter. But look at the other times that it worked. Look at this time that it worked. Look at this time that it worked. So I hope that's beneficial. Leave in the comment below what you guys want to see. And I'm sure there's people that are wondering about the fundamental aspect of this. I briefly looked into it. It doesn't, from my understanding, it does not have a lot of, did not have a lot of overhead dilution, but it faded. I may have missed it, but I don't think so. So as you can also see, I'm holding some for tomorrow. It may go, it may not. But if it holds above 270, it could be trouble. And if anybody else probably has questions about it, they're gonna be like, "What about the 2 million buyback shares?" In my opinion, that's semi bullshit. Oh, this is not investment advice. Don't sue me. Blah 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 blah. Don't do any of that crazy stuff. I hope yeah, the PR is bullshit. The odds of them buying the shares, in my opinion, not investment advice. It's not likely. Seen a lot of those PRs. So put a comment below. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help. Share this video with anybody you think it may help. Leave a subscribe. Click the notification bell. And anytime I upload a video and somebody comments, I reply to it. It's like basically if I upload a video and you comment within like an hour or so, I'll be there. So put your notification bell on and share with somebody if this helped. I hope it did. I apologize for the long videos, but I know there's not a lot of people that are going to watch it. But the intention is not really to get famous on YouTube. The intention is just to see if I can help out. That's why I make the long ass videos of like 30-40 minutes. Some people will watch it. The people that will watch it will benefit from it, as opposed to making like a quick videos. But alright, amigos, take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.